How's it going, everyone? I'm Tyler and welcome to the Fishler Moto channel. In today's video, I'm going to be working on Floras Kawasaki ER6N, as recently when we go to start it in the mornings with the cold weather, it's been cranking over really slowly, which is the first signs that the battery's getting old and on its way out. So the job for today, in today's video, I'm going to be replacing the battery for a new one. It's a really simple and easy job. Only need a few tools and about 10 minutes to do this. Anyone is capable of doing this themselves at home and saving a few quid on some garage bills. So while I get the bike in the garage, let's have a look at what tools and equipment you're going to need to do this job yourself. You're going to need a crosshead screwdriver and an 8mm socket. That is all the tools you're going to need to be able to do this yourself at home. So now we know what we need. Let's make a start on the bike by removing the pillion seat and the rider's seat, which will show us where the battery is. Now with the pillion seat and the rider's seat off the bike, we can easily see the battery, but we have got one last part we need to take off, which is this bit of metal which holds down your rider's seat but also keeps your battery secure in place. It's a couple of sockets, undo these two bolts, then that should come off, allowing us to take the battery out after we've disconnected it. As we can see on Flora's bike, because she's got a few gadgets like heated grips, heated clothing and an Android Auto system, we do have a few extra wires on each terminal. But if you've got no added extras on your bike, you should just have a negative lead and a positive lead. There are options on the market to tidy this sort of thing up, where you can get a junction box, which then means all your gadgets plug into the junction box, and then your junction box is controlled by your ignition. So that way, when you turn the bike off, all your gadgets are turned off and they don't drain the battery. As well as that, it also helps tidy everything up and neaten it all up. We're going to make a start by disconnecting the negative lead first. Once that's fully disconnected and the wires are tucked out of the way, we can then disconnect the positive lead, move them wires out of the way, and then remove the battery. And here we have the old battery compared to the new battery. As you can see, the old battery is very old looking, so it's most probably at the end of its life. This is a new battery by Motobat. It is a bit of an upgrade, which instead of having one set of terminals, you have two sets of terminals, which means you can then plug all your gadgets and everything to the other set. The only thing with these batteries is you've got to make sure you have the terminals the right way round, exact same as your old battery. So positive on the left on this one, negative on the right. So that's all set up and ready to go back in the bike in the reverse order of how we took that one off. So normally at this point, I'd say that's battery fitted, let's put the seats and stuff back on and then it would be job done. But remember when I took off all the wiring to Flora's gadgets, I said about a junction box? Well, this is what I was on about. This one is made by Oxford. Normally 25 to £30 and they're really simple, easy to install, good bit of kit. Connect the positive lead to the positive terminal, negative lead to the negative terminal, and then this extra little wire, run it to a switched live wire on your bike. That way, when you turn your ignition on, power is turned onto this box, which then turns on the power to all your gadgets. When you then turn your ignition off, power to this box is turned off and all your gadgets are turned off. That way, you don't leave them on and drain your battery. I've had one of these laying around, so I'm going to get on and put it on Flora's bike before I put it all back together. Now we've got the positive and the negative terminals all bolted up to the junction box. We now need to connect this live wire to a switch live wire on the bike. Normally when it comes to doing this, I tend to tap into the rear tail light because that always comes on when you turn the ignition on. This little wire you see here is a wire I've already connected to the switch live for Floras Android Auto system. It comes up here and into the loom for the tail light. To connect it into the switch live, you want one of these connectors. As you see at this end, it's got two holes. This end, one of the holes is blocked off. What it does is this slots over the switch live wire, this plugs into it, and then this bit of metal comes down, pinches this end, pinches the wire to connect the bare wire, and then it clamps it all together, connecting that bit of wiring to that bit of wiring. Nice handy little clip. So now with the switch live connected up, when I turn on the ignition, we should see a load of blue lights on the junction box. Yep, there we go. That means it's all got power and it's controlled by the ignition. I can now go ahead and connect up all the accessories. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. This gives me 4 outputs which are also fused as well. Now the junction box is installed and working, I can go ahead and refit the seat bracket, and then once that's done, I can go ahead and fit the rider's seat, followed by the pillion seat. So now the bike's back together, the only thing left to do now is turn on the ignition and to reset the clock on the dash. As when you disconnect the battery, it normally resets it back to 12 o'clock. And it's currently about 20 past 12ish. To reset the clock, you want the mileage showing you its current readout. Once you've got the dash showing you its current mileage, hold down the button on the right until the clock starts to flash. Now that it's flashing, press it once for the time. If you need to adjust it, press the left button, and it allows you to go through the numbers. So we want 12. Once you've got the hours set, press it again and the minutes will flash. And it's currently 21 minutes past. So I'm going to press the left button until I get to 21 minutes past 12. Now that's done, I can press the right button again. Now it's all flashing. Press the left and that's the clock set. And that's now everything done and as it should be. So that's it, YouTube, job done. Floras bike has now got a new battery fitted to it, which should last a couple of years and shouldn't give us any trouble when starting on these cold mornings. Like I said, it's a really simple and easy job. Anyone can do themselves at home and you only need 2 tools. So it's definitely worth having a go at doing yourself and saving some money on those garage bills. As an added bonus, I added the Oxford junction box. That way, any of Flora's gadgets like her heated grips or the Android Auto system, she can't accidentally leave them on and then drain her battery. Everything should turn off when she turns the ignition off. And as an added bonus, a lot of it all comes on automatically as she turns the ignition on. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, make sure to hit the big like button and let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel as there's always more content coming out soon, but there's also lots of other how-to videos worth checking out. For now, that's it for today's video. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.